Hello and welcome to SaltWire today for Monday, January 16th. I'm your host, Kate Walker. The Liberal Party of Nova Scotia is once again calling on the Houston government to take immediate action to help ease the healthcare crisis across the province. In a letter from Liberal leader Zach Churchill today, it reads in part, the Houston government should expand the scope of practice for pharmacists to alleviate pressure in the healthcare system. Other provinces, such as Ontario, have shown leadership in addressing challenges in the healthcare system by creating more opportunities for pharmacists to treat patients with minor ailments. By giving residents more access points to health care, these initiatives are expected to reduce 1/3 of avoidable ER visits. Churchill says the Houston government needs to find new ways to ensure people have access to the care that they need, and that pharmacists can be the answer to the alleviating strain on our ERs. On Friday, Churchill called on Houston for an emergency session of the legislature to discuss these issues. Freezing rain is to blame for some of the thousands of power outages across the province this morning. Over 50,000 customers were in the dark early this morning, around 30,000 in the Halifax and Dartmouth areas. In a series of tweets, Nova Scotia Power says some of the outages were related to an issue with their transmission tie to New Brunswick and that there has been significant ice buildup in the northeastern areas of the province on trees and equipment. Once the ice was removed, the line was able to be restored. One person was taken to hospital after being pinned while changing the tire on a vehicle at a Burnside company this morning. Paramedics and Halifax firefighters were called to Scotia Recycling on Brown Avenue just before 9 a.m., where a worker had been changing a tire on a vehicle similar to a loader. Halifax Fire says a jack failed, which caused the machine to shift and pin the worker's arm between the wheel and the fender. Firefighters used airbags and blocks, known as the cribbing, to lift the machine up and free the worker, who was then taken to hospital by paramedics. The province's Labor Department was called to the scene to investigate the incident. One Bedford man is speaking out after he says he was wrongfully handed a ticket for driving with his phone while on his way home to get his phone. Ryan Heyman, who is a contractor, says he was on his way home from Home Depot in Clayton Park to pick up his cell phone that he'd mistakenly left behind. He was smoking a cigar on his drive home when he noticed the flashing lights of police behind him. He was then accused of driving with his phone in hand.
He gave me a ticket. And by the time he pulled me over, I was literally only 3 or 4 houses away from my place. And I told him over and over, like, I don't even have my phone. It's at my house. I told him, I said, search my truck. I went to open the door to let him in to search my truck. He pushed the door shut. And he's like, I'm not here to argue with you. You can do that in court. And I'm like, well, come to my house. It's right there. I'll show you. My phone's in. No, he didn't want to listen to anything.
Heyman says he's now forced to go to court to fight the ironic ticket. He filed a complaint to the Halifax Regional Police that same day.
The guy at Home Depot, he's going to sign an affidavit, the worker at Home Depot, to say that, just minutes before I got pulled over, I just finished telling him I forgot my phone at home.
Heyman says he's lost trust with the police because of the incident. The charge carries a $237.50 fine, 4 demerit points, and would likely increase his truck insurance. It's time now for a glimpse of today's Thinking Out Loud with Sheldon McLeod. Today, Sheldon is speaking with Dr. Luke Schneider about Blue Monday and an online way for first responders to access mental wellness assistance.
What is PSPNet? What is that?
Well, PSPNet is a really interesting and worthwhile initiative. So right now, PSPNet is an online, internet-delivered cognitive behavior therapy service. And so what that does is it helps to connect people with evidence-based skills to help manage things like depression, anxiety, post-traumatic stress injury, that sort of thing. And right now, the PSPNet is quite beneficial and geared towards people who are, like you mentioned in your introduction, first responders, or people that operate under the umbrella of public safety personnel, thinking of fire, ground search and rescue, corrections officers, border officials, police, RCMP, dispatching 911, all of those people who we know could benefit from some more evidence-based psychological skills. And so PSPNet is one of many varieties to help improve the mental health of our first responders.
And for Sheldon's full conversation, head to the opinion section of SaltWire.com. Time now for the Atlantic Sports Wire, presented by Scott Squires.
The Dartmouth Voyageurs U16 Hockey Club are Ice Jam champs. Their coach, Mitch Hamilton, is here. Mitch, congratulations. How's it feel?
Thank you very much. Feels great. A lot of hard work by every kid that was involved from top to bottom of the lineup. Our goalies were great all week. We got balanced attack from up and down the lineup, and I'm just happy that all their hard work has paid off because we've been working pretty hard in practice, and it's nice for them to see that you work hard and you get results. So it's been great.
After 3 years away, it was great to have the Ice Jam back on the ice. And this was the first year that the SaltWire East Coast Ice Jam had a U16 division. So how does it feel to be the champions of the first year entry for U16?
That's pretty cool. It's not every day you get to win a tournament for the first time. So hopefully all the kids look back on this fondly and can say that they won the first ever U16 division. So I'm hoping that it's a good experience for them and they can really soak it in and enjoy it.
Coach Mitch Hamilton, congratulations again on winning the SaltWire East Coast Ice Jam U16 division. Continued success the rest of the season.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
In Halifax, I'm Scott Squires for the Atlantic Sports Wire.
Let's go!
Thank you, Scott. On to weather now. To see what's coming up in the forecast, we're going to check in now with our weather specialist, Alistair Alders.
Thanks, Kate. Well, as you mentioned earlier, it was a messy weekend across parts of the province. Some of us did receive an extended period of freezing rain. And here's a photo that was sent to us by Laura Norman in Malagash, Nova Scotia, showing that ice accretion on the trees on Sunday morning. Thank you to Laura for sharing the photo with us. Now, thankfully, temperatures have been rising last night and throughout the day today, allowing that ice to melt, and the rain that was falling today, just plain rain, as it was warm enough. The active weather still not finished with us. The final component to the system, the Cape Hatteras low, will be moving through tomorrow. So this evening we'll have scattered showers or drizzle and the temperature near 8 degrees. And on Tuesday morning, we will have showers or drizzle starting the day near 7 degrees. Now the temperature does continue to slowly fall throughout the day, so down to 6 degrees by the afternoon with showers or drizzle continuing. And this fall in temperature will be thanks to another shift in the wind direction. Winds will be from the east tonight over to the northeast tomorrow morning, and then by the afternoon over to the northwest. Really not expecting any significant additional accumulation from this rain. Conditions finally start to calm down throughout the day on Wednesday, and we could even see a bit of sunshine by Thursday. However, I am keeping a close eye on Friday. That's when another low pressure system could bring some snow here to us in Halifax, but still a great deal of uncertainty with that system, so stay tuned for updates throughout the week. Kate.
Thank you, Alistair. That's all for now. For more extended video and full online articles, stay tuned to SaltWire.com. And you can find us on Instagram and Twitter at SaltWire Today. I'm your host, Kate Walker. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.